just finished my little experiment with the Elizabeth Zimmermans method of doing a 90-degree square. She suggests it in her workshop book, knitting workshop book, for making a baby blanket, and it caused me to be really curious. So this is just a little sample that I've been working on. The one in the book, she does not add a border on. The whole thing is in garter stitch. I have added a broken seed stitch to mine and this garter stitch border after playing with it a little bit. I did a provisional cast on, and it was right here. And how this works is you work on half of the stitches for the width of square that you want. And so this was where my provisional cast on is, and then you work this way, and you work this little triangle this way, and then you work back down here, and then you're just going back and forth and going down, and when you go back down, you're making your turns until you get all the way around to where it meets. Because I did a provisional cast on, then I was able to do a Kitchener stitch close, and if I hadn't goofed right here in the beginning of my closure, you would hardly be able to tell that there was a seam here. I started doing it backwards, the Kitchener stitch closure backwards, so I switched it around, did it correct, and then I did it backwards on purpose right here so that it more closely matched the garter stitch edge. So in the future, I'll make sure and do that right. But this is a really neat method of making a square, and I plan on experimenting a little bit more with it. I am now going to use this sample to make a baby blanket size. And the stitch pattern that I'm using makes it so that it's very reversible. On this side, you can see more of the raised center lines, and that's because I did some German short rows this time instead of just slipping stitches, which also is a modification to what Elizabeth Zimmerman suggests doing. This was my first sample I was working on as I was learning it, and my center points had really big gaping holes, and I didn't like that. So, and it also, I didn't have a edge border, which caused my edges to roll in. So that's where I made some changes here, and I am very pleased that I was able to close up those gaps, making it look very seamless. You can still see the lines, but it just looks part of the design, and I like that very much.